What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we have Draymond Green in action for you guys. Now, this was one of the final builds that I ended up making for Community Day. Now, I do have more videos to post, but I've been seeing people requesting me post Draymond like ASAP. So this is one of the last builds I had made from Community Day, but it's okay. I have many more builds to come in the future. But before we get started, guys, don't forget to follow the kick.com/Kenzos on the top of your screen, or you can just hit the link in the description to follow my kick. I pretty much am going to be live streaming every day when 2K comes out, long hours. The first day I'm gonna try to do 24 hours, and we're just going to try to, get as far as we can with the, our builds and stuff like that. So I need people to run with. So if you guys want to run with me, join up on the kick. Kick has no ads, by the way. So if you're tired of watching streams with advertisements, you don't got to worry about that over at Kick. Give me a follow. It'll mean the world to me. But shout out to 2K for letting me play this game early and get this build to you guys. Now, let's continue. Draymond Green, power forward, right hand, 23, of course, 6'7", 270, 7'1" wingspan. And the whole goal behind this, guys, was to I made this build more so like a playmaking glass cleaner, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna give you a couple of different ways to make this build. And again, I was kind of rushed to make this because I was like, this was the last build I made, and it was kind of getting us off of the consoles because it was time to go. So I didn't necessarily optimize this completely like perfectly, but again, this gives you an idea of what you can make. So let's do it. Now, I wanted to have at least a little bit of dunk here. I wanted to have like a little, a little bit of driving dunk. Now, one thing that you can do with this build, if you know you're not going to be in the paint, you could leave your close shot down, but I mean, it's up to you. On this build here, I was going to, mainly just try to space the floor out. I wasn't too much going to be in the mid-range area trying to take mid-range jumpers. So that's pretty much, why I went higher three-pointer than I did mid-range. Now for the pass act, of course, Draymond's a good passer. I wanted to get a good solid pass so I'll be able to just, facilitate to the teammates, stuff like that. Now I went a little bit of ball handle as well because, again, I was going for that play glass. Now that is something that you guys can change for yourself. If you don't want to put the ball on the floor necessarily, then don't put this up. Of course, you can, take your ball handle down. You can even take your speed with ball down. But a build like this at 6'7", max weight, by the way, high wingspan, this still gets 75 speed with ball. So if you decide to specialize in playmaking, you could theoretically get your lightning launch to Hall of Fame on a build like this. So just putting that out there, just letting you guys know. Now, I'm gonna try to work my physicals right here. I wanted some good speed because I am like smaller size. 6'7" is on the smaller size. So I wanted to have good speed so I can rotate everywhere and be different places and stuff like that, just in case I needed to switch or guard somebody, or like guard a point guard, for example. I'll be able to switch on and somewhat, hold my own. Now, we're getting the vertical up. We're getting the strength up. Strength is at 91. This will be something I would cap breaker to 96 just so I can set good screens. I'm always a guy that, like, if you don't want to just, sit in the corner and just do nothing. If your team needs you to screen, you're available to screen because you do have that Hall of Fame brick wall, and you can, battle for rebounds with Boxout Beast. I know Boxout Beast doesn't require strength, but you still need strength attribute to successfully box people out. Anything that deals with contact in this game, that's what the strength attribute rating is for. So just letting you guys know. Now, continue on. I went 80 vertical. Now that is something, the 80 vertical is something that you can work with. You can go 75 if you want, and then you'll be able to get your steal up some more, because I ended up only going with a 60 steal. So again, you can max +1 your bronze interceptor, your bronze interceptor to silver, but I don't know how effective that will be, in game, like, during the game, I mean. So that's something that I got to see. Now, honestly, I really feel like a 73 steal would be perfect for a build like this. But again, once I get my hands on the real game, the official game, I'll try to get this build to that 73 just so I can get my interceptor up a little bit more. But let's continue here. I ended up going I ended up getting some more block because I wanted that paint patroller. So now I'm figuring out, okay, how much block do I need? I'm going up on the block here. I'm thinking, do I need to cap breaker my block? Do I not? So I went ahead and put that 84 down there. Now, if we continue on, this is kind of what the build comes out to right here. I got 85 speed, 75 agility, 91 strength, 80 vertical. We got the defensive rebound that you can cap break to a 96. We have solid rebounding all around. Defense is pretty solid in my opinion as well. You get that 89 interior. You also have that silver paint patroller associated with this. And honestly, you could max +2 your paint patroller if you wanted to get it to Hall of Fame. So that's something that you could do as well. So let's continue on. I'm still here like adjusting things. I'm sorry it took me forever to pull up this badge thing, but badges are very similar to last year. So if you guys were wondering about that, badges are very similar. So you guys can kind of like follow along here. But again, with this ball handle, you do get strong handle on Hall of Fame if that's something that you care about. This can, I mean, this build could theoretically, put the ball on the floor and score itself a little bit. So handles for days, you got unpluckable, even a little bit of ankle assassin. So I mean, there's a lot that you can do with this build. Now, a full chart of all the builds all the badges that you do get. You get a lot of gold playmaking like Dimer, like break starter, versatile visionary. You get a bronze posterizer too for the dunking aspect. And tier 2 badge is paint patroller, by the way. So you'll be able to upgrade this pretty easily. You got a little bit of chase down as well. Challengers on silver. You got some decent badges all around. Now, something that I personally would try to max +2, I would try to specialize. Now, if I was going with this build right here, I would specialize in playmaking just to be like a more of a playmaking glass. Like if you were trying to do that, be more of a playmaking glass and dribble the ball, be able to shoot all that stuff, I would specialize in playmaking and then use your other max +2 that you have on possibly your set shot specialist to get that from silver to Hall of Fame. So now you'll be shooting your 3-point shots, 78 rating with Hall of Fame set shot specialist, which makes it, pretty easy to green in my opinion. So yeah, guys, that's something that you can do with that in terms of shooting the ball. Now, I'm trying to look, do I have Shifty on this? Where is Shifty? Do I get Shifty on here? Or do I not get? Yeah, I get Shifty. I get bronze Shifty. Now, depending on your playstyle, you might, I don't know if you want to go higher with a Shifty or not. You'll have a plethora of max +1s to use, so you can definitely get this badge on silver if you need. So it's up to you on, do you want to max +2 your set shot or your Shifty? Completely up to you. But again, I do believe this is a pretty well-rounded build. Now, if you wanted to get more steal and have that elite steal, you would have to sacrifice your playmaking attributes, whether you want to sacrifice the ball handle, speed with ball, or even your pass accuracy. Totally up to you. But if you lower some of these stats, you will definitely be able to get this steal up, possibly even to an 85 rating or something like that, if that's something that you wanted. So I'm just, saying that, putting it out there that this build isn't completely optimized. I was rushed making this build, but I did want to bring this out to you guys. Now, continuing on for the final version of the build of, everything that I've upgraded, this is what things are looking like right here. These are the final attributes of the build. So, of course, we're going to be at the end, we're going to be looking at 96 strength, 96 defensive rebound. We're going to be looking at 88 interior. We're going to be looking at perimeter. We're going to be looking at block rating, all decent. And again, we're going to have a bunch of cap breakers. So we can possibly, lower some other stats depending on how many cap breakers we get, depending on how high each cap breaker raises each attribute. We'll be able to, really maximize the most out of a build like this. And possibly we could add cap breakers to our steal, and it might just up our steal rating a lot per cap breaker. And we don't even need to change anything about the build, and we can keep all these stats as is and still have the capability of playing those lanes at a high level, elite level. So again, gotta wait till we get our hands on the game to see really how cap breakers work, and then we can make adjustments based off that. So this is kind of like my Draymond Green template build, my kind of like my small ball 4 type deal. Maybe you want to run this, at the center position. I mean, you might be able to get away with it if you like, max +2 your paint patroller and stuff like that. You might be able to get a stop here and there. I don't know. It's up to you how you want to run this build. Again, I would run this build at the forward. That's why I made it power forward. And if you're running park, you might want to run this as your center at park. This could definitely, I could see that working in that sense too. So like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know what you would change and what you would alter with this build. Like what attributes would you try to aim for? Like, comment, subscribe, guys. Don't forget to follow the kick.com/Kenzo. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Oh, and almost forgot the build name. The build name comes out to be a two-way tempo pushing cleaner. And you get strengths, reads, misses, gets defensive boards, a strong imposing presence, reliable defender inside the arc, moves the ball inside out, perfect balance, can't elevate in traffic, no presence in the low post, which is Draymond Green pretty much. So yeah, that seems like a pretty good accurate depiction of Draymond Green. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe, guys. I will see you guys on the next upload. Let me know what y'all think about this build. I'm out. See y'all soon. Peace.